LaMelo Ball, Puma, big baller brand, LaVar, they in a little bit of a scandal, bruh. And their co-founder is suing them for $200 million, D-Lo.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about him saying that he actually trademarked and branded the MB1 and all of these things? How do you feel about the situations going on between Puma, big baller brand, and the co-founder? How do you feel about it?
So we don't actually know the inner workings of any of the BBB, the Big Baller Brand deals that they had in place prior to all of the Ball family breaking away from the Big Baller Brand and signing with these major shoe companies.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that Allen and the Ball family had a unpleasant breakup prior to all of this happening.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a bit shady and want to know why now, because Puma and LaMelo are currently on the third iteration of his shoe with Puma.
Sir.
And he is claiming that the MB1, which was LaMelo's first shoe, was under a trademark agreement with the Big Baller Brand.
Right.
So my question is, I know you always say when we talk about SA allegations and the victims, the ones that take forever to actually come forward.
Mm-hmm.
What took you so? If it was a true trademark infringement of the MB1 and those logos, and you can easily prove it, what took you so long to come forward with this? Because for me, a SA victim. We can't say that word for YouTube. You get flagged in algorithm, not that. But an SA victim, it's more to it than just them coming forward. Are people going to believe me? I might not feel comfortable putting myself out there like that, because then I'm being, ridiculed for whatever, promiscuous, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, if you can easily prove it, it's black and white. It's legal. It's either it's legal or it's not. Right. So why now you coming out with this, and you didn't come out with it earlier when the Puma's version is MB.01.
MB.
The brand he's talking.
Yeah.
01. I'm sorry. .01. But that's not. That's a O, not a 0?
01, yeah. Well, it's zero. 0 synonymous sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah. So, but the trademark he is talking about is the trademark he's talking about with the Big Baller Brand, or under the Big Baller Brand patent. The trademark is MB1. So, but they are close. They are close. But if you can easily prove that, why didn't you do it 2-3 years ago when the MB.01 first came out with Puma? Why now? So to me, it feels like something shady. Like it's a get back scenario. What you think about it?
I kind of think the same thing, but in a sense of what you were talking about, as far as like what took so long for you to report, is we know we kind of learned a little about a week or so ago how kind of these litigations go. Like you have to present your evidence, and you can't really talk about what's going on until you have your actual hearing. So maybe it was in the sense of, because you are, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So anything that you say that you're not advised by your lawyer to say can be used against you. So this could have been a situation where the last couple of years, it was more so litigation and trying to cover evidence and trying to make sure that we actually have a case before they actually brought it to the stand.
He just filed a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
If that was a case of him pulling in all that evidence,
because apparently he already had all the evidence, so like you said, it was already trademarked. So why didn't you? Exactly. I feel you. That's what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So because if you are going into litigation, then he would have filed the lawsuit 2 years ago, but he just filed the lawsuit now, which means it took him a while. He sat on it.
Yeah.
I guess go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Yeah, but I do feel like it's kind of a get back, because, like you said, I mean, even I think he number one mad that he has been pushed out because LaVar has kind of pushed him out of the actual the out of the corporation, out of Big Baller Brand. But Lonzo actually put a lawsuit on him a couple of, like 4 years back too, in 2019, that he tried to that he was trying to swindle them out of a couple $1 million. So I mean, Mr. Foster does have a lot to do with the success of Big Baller Brand behind the scenes and how he worked with the trademarks and what the shoes look like and actually putting everything together, while LaVar was the face and the voice and all of those things, right? But and so he does deserve to be rightfully compensated for the things that he did, and the fact that they tried to push him out. I think this is kind of like a get back attempt to say, okay, you're trying to push me out, but I was integral in all of these decisions that we were making. I was designing the shoes. I was building the trademarks. I was talking to the manufacturers and the designers and doing all of these things. And now you're just trying to push me out once you reach this certain, which they didn't reach much of a level. I mean, I didn't, but but it was like Melo was definitely the one that everybody felt like was going to be the best out of the three. And he has kind of shown that. And I think Alan Foster he understood that as well. So he started trying to trademark a lot of things around Melo. And now that he has moved on to Puma and now he's on, like you said, his third iteration, the MB03, it's like now he's trying to say, okay, that's a little bit too close to what I trademarked already. So I need this 200 million. And that's kind of crazy. I think that's kind of wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we don't know the inner workings of any previous existing deals that they had with Big Baller Brand or that Alan Foster had with Big Baller Brand. So I'm not one to say that he should not be compensated. I do feel like he should be compensated in some way because he was an intricate driving force of the Big Baller Brand, along with the Ball family, Lonzo, LaMelo, and LaVar. Jello, he was there, but his name isn't thought of as much when you think about the Big Baller Brand, even though he's a part of the Ball family, as LaMelo and Lonzo. And LaVar as being the marketer, the face of Big Baller Brand, so to speak. But for him to say that this has cost him $200 million, and you waited 3 years after the fact of what you said was the brand, the logos and the names that were trademarked to come about this, feels like you were waiting to see if Puma and LaMelo's shoe was going to be popular, which that shoe is. The first one was highly popular.
Highly popular. I almost bought a pair. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. I almost bought a pair.
It feels like you waited to see what that shoe was going to do, and now that you see that LaMelo shoes are doing well, kids want them. They like the colors. I mean, adults like the colorways and the shoes and whatnot. It's different from so we talked about Steph Curry last week. It's different from Steph Curry, where kids are all on Steph Curry, his shoes, and you see those quite often, and not so much with the adults. I think LaMelo shoes are like wide range. You see all groups wearing those, kids wearing them, adults wearing them, kids playing basketball in them, adults playing basketball in them. So it just feels like he waited up until this point to see how popular this shoe was going to be, and then came out with these allegations. Again, I don't know the inner workings of their deal, but if they stole it, if Puma stole it, or if the Ball family, LaMelo stole these ideas, he can easily prove it. Are you froze?
I don't know what happened to D-Lo, y'all. I can't see him on my screen. I can't hear him. Don't know what happened.
I see you and I hear you.
Kind of have some technical difficulties at this point. I don't know what happened to Deb. I don't know what happened to D-Lo. But yeah, so what's going on with the big baller brand in Puma and Alan Foster trying to sue them. I think it's a get back attempt, man, for all the audience out there. I think it's a get back attempt. I think he really just was sitting back and kind of trying to figure out exactly what was going on with Puma, and just like D-Lo said before, everything happened. I think it was really just a get back attempt. Honestly, I really think that he waited to see what Puma was going to do with Melo and how the shoe was going to do, and say, you know what, that's a little bit too close to my brand. I think I trademarked that a long time ago. So I think y'all are using that same trademark, even though it do say 0.01. I think it's a little bit too close to MB1. So I think I need that 200 million. Nah, that's not how that worked, bro. Like, you should have brought this out a long time ago, and you shouldn't have been so long. It shouldn't have took so long in reporting this, because it don't make no sense now. So, nah, can't, brother. But yeah, that's the LaMelo Ball Puma situation. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far and you like what you see, there's a video on the screen right here. Make sure you click that and view that. We think you're gonna love it. Also, we're almost at that 450 subscriber mark, man. We need 4 more. So hit that subscribe button right there as well. And we're on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcasts.